Able to hear me? Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
Vijay?
Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's start. So before I start, let me give you an overview of what exactly we have done till now. Okay, so we have started off with the introduction to SAP HANA and SAP S4HANA. Okay, after that we talked about the SAP Activate methodology. Salman is saying that he is not able to hear me. What about others? Are you able to hear me properly?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Salman, yeah, just a minute. Let me ask Salman to relog in. Okay, so we discussed about the SAP Activate methodology, after which we have started to see the system. We have seen how you can identify the version of SAP S4HANA. We had done just the basic overview of SAP Fiori, how exactly SAP Fiori screen looks like, how to log in into the SAP Fiori Launchpad, okay, and what are the different kind of apps we discussed, like what are the transactional apps vis-a-vis what are the analytical apps. And then we started off with the enterprise structure. We configured some of the company codes, or one company code we have created, and purchase org, sales org and all we have configured. And then finally we talked about the changes in the master data. So we started with the changes in the vendor and customer master, how it has been impacted, how to create a business partner, what are the different configurations required from the business partner point of view. And finally, in our last session, we discussed about the changes in the material master. So what has been changed, like field length extension, what are the changes in the foreign trade segment of the material master, and I told you regarding MRP, we will see when we'll be discussing about the MRP lab. Now, apart from this, there are some questions which I got. I think Sharmila has written 2 questions on my mail. So Sharmila, what I will do is I will continue with my normal flow today. I will talk about the next topic, and towards the end, the question that you asked, I will try to answer that. Okay, one another important thing,
Okay,
since you were knowing, yes, thank you Sharmila. So since you were knowing there were some problems we were facing in this server, now we have completely reactivated the server, which means the data that we created, it was good that we have not created much of data because that has been completely removed. And now I'm not going to create that data again in front of you. I already configured one company code and I have completed the activities till which we have already done. So the company code which I have created is slog, with the purchase organization again slog, sales organization and all are updated with slog. And I also created one vendor because we already seen how to create a vendor. Now if you go to transaction BP, you will be able to create a vendor in a very simple way. Like earlier it was throwing some errors, now it is not throwing that error at all. So I created a vendor, I created one material master. So what we will do is we will start with the transactions now. From the MM point of view, what has been changed, we will see from today's session. Okay, so let me just take you through what I have already done. So in SPRO, I have created the company code enterprise structure and assigned it to the proper organizational elements. And then, as I told you, I have created the vendor. If I go to transaction BP, okay, and let's say if I want to, let's say for example, if I want to see the business partner by vendor number, okay, now I don't remember the vendor, but I can write here the company code, which is slog, and this is a particular vendor which is created. So if I click on start, you can see the data is available here. So this is the vendor that we will be using for our transactions. FI vendor, I can see the vendor number from here. If I go to company code data, this is a vendor number. Okay, so let's use this vendor number to create a purchase order and see how my purchasing cycle has been impacted with SAP S4HANA. Okay, so this is the vendor and the material is, again, if I go for MM03 to find out the material number, this is a material number which I created. So this is available in our plant. Okay, so let's proceed and create a purchase order. Or before that, if you want me to show you how to create a purchase requisition, there is no impact in purchase requisition. You can create the purchase requisition in the same way as you were doing till now. Only difference is SAP Fiori apps are now available through which you can create the purchase requisition. You can convert the purchase requisition into purchase order. That we will see once we complete this cycle. So I'll show you how these things can be done in Fiori screen also. But let me just talk about the traditional GUI first and then we'll proceed to Fiori. So I'm going to ME21N, the normal transaction that we were using from years to create a purchase order. So I'll just enter the vendor number here. I think this is the vendor number. I tried one scenario. So this is my vendor. Purchase org is slog. Purchasing group is 0001. Vijay is having the question whether this is 1610 or 1511. This is 1610. Okay, so company code, and then let me enter the material which we just seen, that this is the material number. PO quantity, let me enter as 10. Net price, let's say 100, and let me enter the plant. Currency. Okay, so now this is giving me the normal error, not the error, this is a warning. Can delivery date be made? I'll just press on enter. Let me do the enter again. It is throwing all different kind of warnings which we are not bothered about. Now before I save, I will show you one important thing here in the messages. So normally when you create a purchase order, based on the configuration that you have maintained for the output determination, okay, the configuration that you maintained in NACE normally, based on that the output is triggered automatically if the configuration is maintained in the combination of the characteristics like purchasing group, vendor, purchase organization. If not, it will show you blank. So let me just click on this messages. Currently it is showing completely blank. Okay, and if you compare this screen with the screen that we were able to see in ECC, you will definitely find a difference. Right? Normally you don't get this kind of screen when you click on messages. The traditional screen was little bit different. Okay, so now why it is not showing any line here, why it has not determined the output? The reason is because in the output determination table in the configuration we are not maintain this combination of vendor and purchase organization, which is normal even in ECC also, but the screen is definitely different.
Yeah. Hi,
What
Gaurav.
is
Is
the
it
reason?
country after channel? Is it a country column after channel? What's that column after channel?
There are a lot of changes. This is not the only change. I'll talk
Yeah.
about that.
Okay.
Okay, so let me give you the background first of all, why we are discussing this, which particular topic we are discussing, and how it has been impacted. First I'll give you the overview and then we will see in the system. So with SAP S4HANA, SAP has came up with a new output determination. So earlier, whatever configuration we were doing through NACE for purchase order output, that configuration is now replaced with the new component called as BRF Plus, Business Rule Framework. So instead of configuration of output determination from NACE, SAP S4HANA 1511, please make sure you are understanding what I'm saying. If you have any questions, you can ask. Be clear to the terms that I'm using. See, In SAP S4HANA 1511 I'm talking about. If you configure the output determination for purchase order, that is using the transaction names, is not at all available, which means even if you do the configuration, you will not be able to perform the output determination, right? Why? Because in 1511, the old output determination for purchase order is not supported. I'm saying only for purchase order. I'm not saying for the output determination of all the different objects. I'm specifically focusing on purchase order output determination. So purchase order output determination in case of 1511, there is a new output determination available, and even if you configure the configuration from NACE, that will not work in 1511. So only new output determination was available in 1511. What is new output determination? That anyways we'll talk about. But first of all, let me tell you what are the benefits of new output determination, and then I will tell you the disadvantages of that. So the benefits of new output determination is keeping in mind the future. In future, most of the things will be happening through Fiori. At the same time, currently, whatever configuration you maintain in NACE, that is normally the part of configuration. It is difficult for user to maintain the combination-wise output determination. But in new output determination, user will be getting the complete authority to determine the output determination using the new screen. Also, in future, the output determination will be totally based on Adobe server. Today we are using SAP scripts, smart forms. They are still available even in 1511 and 1610 also, but going forward, everything will be moved to Adobe server. And keeping that in mind, SAP has came up with a new output determination. These are the benefits. Benefits or why it has been changed. Now coming to the disadvantages. Disadvantages are the new output determination is in very early stage. There are many functionalities which were available in NACE which are still not available in new output determination. They will come in future, but as of today, very few features are supported in new output determination. So when the customers have implemented 1511, when SAP said NACE is not available and you need to configure new output determination, which has less number of features compared to NACE, customers were definitely not happy, right? Because whatever things I am able to use today, if I'm going for SAP S4HANA and mandatorily you are asking me to activate a feature which is not allowing me that particular functionalities, then what is the point? Due to that reason, in 1610, SAP has allowed both the output determinations. So if you are happy with new output determination, go with the new one. If not, if you still think that the functionalities or features that I was using in old output determination, they are not available in new output determination, no problem, switch back to the old output determination. So in 1610, SAP provides you the flexibility of whether to use new output determination or not. Now with this, again your 1511 customer will get disappointed because in 1610 you are allowing the customers to switch back to NACE, while in 1511 this option is not provided. Due to that, SAP has released a SAP note. By implementing that SAP note, even 1511 customers can now switch back to NACE. So as of today, even if you are on 1511 or you are on 1610, you have the option whether to use new output determination or to use the old output determination. But when 1511 was launched, for purchase order, there was only new output determination available. Old output determination was not at all available. Okay. So this screen that you are currently able to see, this is for the new output determination. But for example, now as I told you, there is an option. Either you use old or you use new. if I want to switch back to old one, how to do that? Okay, so let me go to SPRO screen. SAP reference IMG cross, sorry, I need to go to materials management. Within purchasing, purchase order. See this, activate or deactivate SAP S4HANA based output management. This particular thing you will not find in 1511 till the time you are not activating or applying the SAP note. Only after applying that SAP note you will find this option. Okay, so if I click here, I think it is locked by my ID itself. Yes. Okay, so you can see here, if you click on this particular transaction, it will take you to this screen where there are only two options. Whether you want new output management to be active or you don't want it to be active. So currently it is active. That is the reason the screen that we just seen, it is showing you new output determination. The columns are showing from new output determination. If I switch back to this one, which means new output management is not active, and save this. If I go back now in create purchase order screen, let me come completely out of this. Okay, so I'll process this transaction again. I'll go to ME21N. Okay, now if I click on, let's say, messages, see the difference. This is exactly what you were able to see in ECC. Okay, if you select this particular option, it will ask you for output type. So these are the old output types, NEU. Okay, normally we were selecting this for printing the purchase order. Mediums, you can see these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 mediums are supported in the old output determination. But if you go for new one, it only supports 4. That is the reason I told you the new output determination it is in the development stages of today. It is not supporting all the features that were available in NES. It only supports 4 output mediums. Okay, then you were selecting the partner function here and the partner and the language. Okay, so output type, medium, partner function, partner, language, all these things are also available in the new output determination with some new name. Okay, screen is not much different, but the names given to this particular columns, they have been changed. Okay, so for example, if I want to determine or if I want to have the output for this particular purchase order, I can specify from here, but it is not automatically determined. I'm determining it manually. If I want it to be determined automatically, normally in ECC, what I was doing, I was going to transaction names, and in the condition types in the access sequence, I was mentioning that if this is a purchase organization, this is a vendor, then go with this output type with this output channel. Right, that has been changed now. Instead of NACE, there is a new screen from where you will be configuring this. Any questions till now before I proceed to how the new output determination will work?
Yeah, Gaurav, this is Vijay. So this
Yes, Vijay.
S4 BRF can be enabled anytime, like unlike material extension, you can do it, activate, deactivate anytime, or you need to do it once in the beginning.
No, it can be activated anytime, but the problem is, let's say for example, today if you are using old output determination, and let's say after 5 days you activated the new output determination. So for the old ones, it will still support the old because it has already determined, right? So it will only take an impact after you change that settings.
Okay. How about the forms? Suppose we have already developed some forms using the NACE model, and those forms can be used with the new model, or we need to rebuild the forms again?
No, form can be used. Only the way the configuration is done is different. Otherwise, you can still use the same forms. You can still use the same printing programs also.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll show you how to do that, how to assign the forms and programs to the new output determination.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, before going to that, let me just give you an overview of how these things were handled in NACE. Then I will show you how it will be handled in new output determination. So for purchase order output determination, we were using this application EF. Okay, and these are the 4 settings that we were doing. If I go for output types, normally this NEU, this is the output type which we were using for the purchase order output. Okay, now here if you go into processing routines, you will find these programs, the form routines, and the PDF or smart forms, whatever you want to assign here, like this. This is the form. Okay, so now these programs, these forms can be used as it is. That is not a problem. Okay, but only thing is the way in which they will be assigned, that has been changed. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing, how a purchase order determines the output, like which output type should be determined, which output channel should be determined, that is normally controlled by this condition records. Right, so if I want to go for new, so this is a combination based on purchase org, vendor for EDI, or maybe based on the document type of purchase order, purchase organization, and vendor. So you can configure this according to your own requirements. So if let's say if I go for this particular combination, so let me see if I just want to see whether something is available or not. So this is purchase document type is normally NB, which is for standard PO. Purchase org is slog. So as of now, nothing has been maintained for this combination. Okay, I can maintain it here. So if this is a vendor, this is a functional, this is a partner, then go for this medium. Let's say I will say either you go for print or you go for fax. So you can see there are 10 mediums available. Okay, which is mentioned at the, which is determined at the combination of the document type, purchase organization, and vendor. Now all these things, how they are handled in the new output determination, let's see that. So for that, I'll just come back to the starting point, and in order to configure the new output determination, there is a transaction called as OPD, output determination. When you type OPD, this particular transaction will get opened in the browser. It will not get opened in the traditional SAP screen, it will be opened in the browser. Why it is taking so much of time? Let's see. Yeah, it is open now.
So this OPD is exclusively for HANA, right? Right?
Yes, OPD will be available only on SAP HANA, SAP S4HANA. It should not take this much of time. Okay, anyways. So this is the output parameter determination screen where you can determine the output and you can set the rules here. So for example, if what rules you want to set, because the purchase order is not only the component which or the application which needs the output. There are billing documents, there are delivery documents, contracts, there are a lot of things for which you will be creating the outputs, right? So if you want to configure for purchase order, these are the different options you will get. So for what particular application you want to set or you want to determine the output. So I'll click on purchase order. Now once I click on purchase order, normally you need to go into the determination step where there are a lot of different determinations. But currently, if you click on this, it is blank. And that is the reason you are getting this message. No determinations were found. What is the reason for this? So system is still not allowing us to configure based on the new output determination. This is not because of the settings that we maintain that we want to use old output determination. This is because before you come to OPD screen, there is one additional transaction that must be done by the technical team, not from the functional, but from the technical team. Now let's understand what is that transaction. So you need to go to BRF plus, Business Rule Framework Plus. If you click on enter, again this will get opened in the browser. So before you use the new output determination from BRF plus, you need to upload the XML files which are required for new output determination. So SAP has provided 3 XML files in one of the SAP note. I will tell you the SAP note number. You need to download that 3 XML files and upload it into the BRF plus screen. Only after upload of that, you will be able to use the new output determination. You will not be able to configure till the time that upload files are not available. Vijay, can you just come again with your question? Not on the chat screen. What exactly you mean by that?
Yeah, before we use for output determination, that activation, do we need to activate the HANA output determination because you saved it as deactivated, right? The NACE is activated right now.
No, that is not required.
Okay.
So even if it is mentioned as the old output determination, that is not a problem. But anyways, whenever we want the system to take new output determination, definitely we need to go into that particular configuration and we need to activate a new output determination. But as of now, no, because we are just configuring the new output determination now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so currently you can see there is, yeah, sorry.
Gaurav, so before doing this configuration, so this is for exclusively for doing the new output determination for S4HANA. So you configure it here and just keep it here. And unless you activate that configuration to get the new output, we cannot get this output in the OPD, right?
Exactly, yes. So I agree. Let me just clarify. Maybe what you said is, okay. See, currently in SAP S4HANA 1610, both the output determinations are available. You can configure through NACE and you can also configure through BRF plus. So from NACE, most of the things are already configured. Only thing is we are not maintain the combination that for this particular vendor we want this medium. But otherwise, most of the things like program and forms are already available through NIS. On the other hand, from BRF plus point of view, nothing has been available because even the application is not available, which allows you to do the configuration. So you can do the complete configuration independently. Even if from the main screen you said I'm using the old output determination, that will not stop you to perform this configuration. You can still go ahead with the configuration of BRF plus. Now, if both the configurations are available, yes, if both the configurations are available, NACE also, BRF plus also, then too, whatever you are specifying in that particular transaction, that will be taken care. So currently, because it is old output determination, it will not look into BRF plus configuration. It will always go to NACE and accordingly it will determine the output.
Correct. So you configure here and you upload all the 3 files from the nodes, and you configure here in BRF plus and go and activate this new config, and then you go to OPD and you will find out there, right? You will find out the new.
No, OPD. OPD I can do now also, because that is also configuration. May not be configuration, but that is also something which is determining the output. So that is also something which I can do even if the new output determination is not active from there. OPD I can do anytime.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, got it. So, but that will be determined in the purchase order only when you activate this new
Exactly.
this,
Yes.
new one is activated, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
On a
Yes. You are right.
standalone basis, yeah, on standalone basis you can do OPD, but unless
Yes.
you activate that, you cannot do this.
Exactly. So even if I complete my configuration from BRF plus and OPD, still till the time I don't activate a new output determination, it will take the configuration from NIS, not from OPD.
Next one, yeah. So once this is activated, then no more, NACE will never, no more will be activated, right? Only the new config will be taken care of.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That too for a particular object. So if I'm saying NACE is no more applicable only for purchase order point of view.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Now you can see here, this is completely blank. In my applications, it is not showing you any applications. So as I told you, there are 3 files which we need to upload here from one of the SAP note. Now, why these 3 files are not available here? What are that 3 files? One is the file which is related to purchase order. Second is the file which is related to the billing document. And third is the file which is relevant to the delivery document. So from purchase order point of view, it is perfectly fine even if we upload single XML, which is related to purchase order. But in that SAP note, you get all the 3 files at once. Okay, so how to upload that? First, let me check whether that file is already downloaded in the system or not. So I already downloaded that file in one of the system, but I'm not sure whether this is the same system or that was 1511. Yeah, we have the BRF plus files here. This is the files I'm talking about. So you have the file for purchase order, you have a file for outbound delivery, and you have the file for billing document. Now what I'll do is I'll just upload this purchase order as of now. I'm not going to go into outbound delivery and billing document. I'll tell you why. When we go through SD, I'll tell you why these are as of now not required. So how can I upload these files? I need to go into tools. Okay, it is only giving me simulation. Okay, so let me come out of this. Normally in tools you will get an option of import, but it is still not showing. The reason it is not showing is because of this settings. So first I need to go into this settings in the personalization. Here instead of this user mode as simple, I will select user mode as expert and save the settings. Okay, now if I go to tools, see it is allowing me multiple options. So I'll go for XML import. Okay, now in this XML import, I need to provide which file I'm uploading. So I'll select that particular file from here. So I'll go into this and I'll select this particular file. Now, since this is a configuration, even if I'm on the browser, I need the customization request as well as a workbench request. Let's see if I already have the customization request. Let's see if that is sufficient. I think we need both. So this is the customization request. I'll just select this, perform the test run. This has been gone. Let me open again. Okay, so now let's try to upload this XML file. Okay, these are all the warnings. Let's see if there is any error. Yeah, this is because I think we are not provided the workbench request. I think so. Let me try once again. So for workbench request, I don't think I have created any. It is not available. So what I'll do is I'll go to the system and I'll create one workbench request from here first. So I'll click on new workbench request. So this is for BRF plus. Let's click on save. Okay, now it is available. I'll go back to this transaction again and let's select this BRF plus workbench request. Okay, now let's try to upload this once again by providing this file name first of all. Let's see. Object XML file is inconsistent. Let me see if it has been uploaded or not. It is still not uploaded. Let's see again. If I go for XML import, I'll provide the customization request first of all, then I'll provide the workbench request. Select the file. This is standard, this is fine. Let's go for test run first. I don't know what is this error. Email from. Let me try this again because it happens normally. In the browser-based screens, if you want to change something, you need to come out of that and you need to go again. Even in OPD, multiple times you need to do that, which is also one of the improvement area. Okay, so let's go for tools, XML import. Or maybe if this time it is not getting loaded, then it could be the reason because this is related to, no, I think this is related to 1610 itself. If it is not getting uploaded, then we need to download the file which is related to 1610.
I think you need to have only one request instead of both customizing and workbench. Why do you need both?
Normally I provide both. Let's see. Again, if this is showing the problem, please adjust table settings. What are table settings? Now normally this has to be done only once. Till this time, whatever server I was using, the technical person has already uploaded that file and I was just configuring the OPD. But now since this complete server is reset, that is the reason we are doing this again. This activity has to be done only once. You don't need to do this upload of file every time. Once you upload it, then you can configure from OPD. So let me check. Otherwise, I think I need to upload the file which is relevant to 1610. Although it looks like this is 101. 101 stands for 1610 only. Okay, 100 is 1511 and 101 is 1610. So I think this should work. Let's try once again. These are all perfectly fine. Again, I think it is. Okay, let me just try to remove this and go further into this. Same thing.
We try by
27.5. I think these are. No, I got the point. I think these are related to 1511. See the release date modified. This is before 1610. So I don't know why the name they have given is 101, but this is relevant to 1511 and there are some changes in this. That is the reason it is not allowing us to upload in 1610. So let's do one thing. Let me just see if I have that files available here which are relevant to 1610. This is also old one. Yeah, that is the main reason. I got the point. That is the only reason why it is not allowing. Yes.
Actually, this configuration which we are discussing, does this configuration has to be done by the theory consultant or the adapter?
No, this is done from the basis because they are responsible for making sure the components are available so that we can use them. So neither ABAP nor Fiori. This is not anyways related to Fiori at all.
Okay, no, I thought that
Okay, just give me a minute. Let me. Sorry, Arijit, go ahead.
No, it's okay. You can go. I got it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find that SAP note so that I can download the correct file and I will show you how to upload that. I got the SAP note. You can also go through this SAP note till the time I configure this. I'm mentioning this on the chat screen. Yeah, this is the SAP note number. It is on the chat screen now. I will just upload or download that till the time you can have the look onto this. So SAP note. From my user ID, it is not allowing me to download. This is only allowed from the company's IDs because mine is personal. So let's check once again. Otherwise, we need to ask our technical guy to do this. Let me try once again. You can also try if you are able to download. Yes, anybody is able to download?
Gaurav,
Sorry? I tried from my other ID also. I'm not able to do that. Anybody else is able to download? Please try to download on the same server, because even if you download, we need to bring that files into the same server so that we can upload. Even if you download on your own machine, you cannot upload in this server. Okay, let's do one thing. I will ask my technical person to download this. Instead of focusing on this, we'll talk about the other things, and I'll show you how to, once it is uploaded, I'll show you how to perform the configuration. Okay, so before that, let me talk about the other things. I'll come back again to the SAP screen. Yes, can you see the screen again?
Yes.
Okay. Just give me a minute. I think it is also hanged. Just give me a minute. Let me close this and open again.